Hey everybody, I'm outside right now because every time I try to make a video in the house, somebody interrupts, somebody comes in or says, Mom. So I'm out here. You're just going to have to hear the birds and whatever else you hear. I'm out here by the pond. So can't quite get my thing to look right. Well, in a minute, you won't even see me because I'm just going to be going over my Google Slides. This is just about how to do your research paper. All right. First of all, it's no big deal. Just calm down. It's just a little paper, 6 pages long with some information from sources, but it is not bad. I actually like to do research. The first thing is to understand what the question is or what the topic for the assignment is, and it is to think of some kind of issue or some problem that bothers you, that you're concerned about, or that you think needs to be fixed, and then fix it. So you're going to use about half of your paper for explaining the problem. So if I wanted to do something about education, which is my passion, then I would think about things that drive me crazy about education and how to fix that. I'm really concerned about how kids, especially young kids, have a lower reading level than students did 30 years ago when I first started teaching. So think about some kind of topic like that and something that really matters to you. Um, it could be something in your field of study. It could, the job that you're going to have one day, or it could just be something smaller than that. Maybe, maybe you think about problems in your own life or social media problems or just going through the coronavirus and how to fix that. So just think about things that bug you, make you angry, or that worry you. And then you're going to focus on just one problem. For your assignment at the beginning, your first journal topic at the beginning of the semester, you talked about what you would do, what you would fix if you were a presidential candidate. So it might be one of those things, those issues that really resonates with you. So you just figure out what speaks to you. As I said, make it something you're passionate about, something that you care about. You're going to have to read several articles about your topic, so make sure you don't hate it. Tailor it to fit your personality or your interests. As I said, I'm interested in school. I'm interested in teaching and in education, so I don't mind reading a lot of articles about that. So think about what you don't mind reading. And as I said before, an example for me would be education. That's a very broad topic, so I'd have to think of my specifics, as I said a minute ago. And then you have to come up with an essential question, and that just means what is it that you're going to focus on in this paper? And, try to have a little meat to your question, not just what is teaching or what is education. No, it needs to be a problem, and you're trying to look at the different components of that problem and figure out how to solve it. So, an example for me could be, to what extent has technology negatively impacted reading and writing? So, that's a little more specific. I might focus on technology, so that narrows that whole focus of education. And then when you research, think about the sheet I sent you or the explanation of the whole topic and make sure you're looking for things that will serve you well in that regard. So, what is the problem? And then, can you give some statistics about it? Can you give some information about how it is a problem? What caused it? Do you know? And then, what are the effects of the problem? What are the consequences of it? And that's where you might have some studies that you find and some statistics or real life examples. So you're going to think of that and include several examples about the severity of the issue. Okay, again, there are a lot of contemporary problems that could worry you. I'm going to share this slide with you so you can click on these links. I think if I click on it, it's not going to, my screencast won't work. Some people say that toxic masculinity is a problem and that we are teaching boys to be bullies. And, people in my generation might be guilty of that. And so that's a topic that students have written about before. Some people think the violence is a problem. Gun violence could be a problem, or even something like video games. Another problem is racism. Oprah talked to Mitch Landrieu, who was a mayor, and he talked about problems in his city when they were talking about getting rid of Confederate monuments, and so that there was a whole segment about that in one of her videos. One thing that I've had students write about before is the rape culture on a college campus, and some people say there's no such thing, and some people say that it's definitely a problem, and that maybe fraternities perpetuate that rape culture. Another possibility is social media. Now, if you've written about social media in another class, don't choose that topic. It's pretty obvious when people do that. I mean, I think social media is important. I think it's interesting. So I think there are a lot of components to that issue that might make a good paper. But if it's not a problem to you, or if you don't care about it, then don't write about that. Some people are interested in the environment and in global warming, or just a lot of different problems like recycling and how that really doesn't help, how plastic is a problem. And so this is a girl who is so good at recycling and reusing and all that she could fit all of her trash from 4 years, I think it was, into one little jar. Yeah, that's pretty phenomenal. You might be worried about what life is going to be like after the coronavirus. So there are a couple of articles about that already. So that would be a very timely topic. So that might be of interest to you. Maybe you like something a little more personal, like something just focused on Barton College or on small colleges or on college sports. If you're an athlete, you might be able to think of something about, I don't know, some kind of topic about sports. And maybe you think that Barton needs some sort of advisor to help athletes stay focused. And I just know at larger schools there are tutors for sports and there are advisors for each sport. So you might think about something like that. Also, I always go back to this idea that I think Barton needs more food. We need to have food trucks come to the campus. We need to have little restaurants on campus like a Chick-fil-A, something on campus for students. So those are just little ideas I was thinking about that might be a little more personal. So all you have to do now is start thinking about a topic. Start looking up some articles to see if you can find anything that really interests you. Sometimes if you just start reading articles, then you'll say, oh, I want to do that topic. So that's all you have to do now is just come up with a topic. All right, guys? And that topic is due on March 31st. So I shall see you then. Bye.